Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into Jenny from the block, or J-Lo, and specifically people believing she is thirsting for our boy Jimin. I have some thoughts on this and things I wanted to get into because these theories, y'all. I also want to get into Jisoo currently trending because she was missing from a campaign and people were definitely upset to see this. I also have a lot of thoughts on this and my forehead is big right now. So grab your dumpling, a tea spilling mug merch, and let's jump into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. Any of you is a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to get into is some cute moments here. Now, since BTS has joined the American market, I was very nervous about what the general reaction was going to be. And I think a lot of American celebrities were reluctant at first. We think Katy Perry might be a little anti-K-pop, maybe not in a racist way, but just not into the music, which is a little sad to hear. I definitely had one of the biggest crushes on her. I just assumed she would also support bigger Asian acts in America. Now, while there were plenty of American acts that downright used BTS or hated on them, there were definitely a lot of acts that supported BTS and were excited to see them existing. The entertainment industry is very shallow. We know this. And it's shallow because humans to the core were a little shallow. I heard a lot of people say, oh, we need to support Asian men are amazing. But when asked if they would ever date Asian men in general, not like one person, because you could just not like that person, but just Asian men in general, they'll just say, oh, it's not my type. You can let me know your opinion, but my opinion is not going to change. If you do not like someone or would not date someone due to their race, that is not a preference, that is racism. Saying you only date men with blue eyes is saying you will never date black, Asian, etc. men, because it's likely impossible for a POC to have blue eyes naturally. It was a concern if any of these celebrities would even attempt to be BTS's friend because they think, oh, BTS is just some Asian group and the celebrity probably thinks they'll just go away in a year or whatever. But BTS is here to stay. And it seems like a lot of hot celebrities are coming around to the idea that BTS members are gorgeous and they have beauty that other people like myself cannot compete with. I bring Asian men to shame. I promise you, most of us don't look like me. They look beautiful like BTS. Celebrities like Halsey have talked about her bias being RM and liking him. Celebrities even like Tyra Banks came out and expressed her love for the boys. This was alleged, but she said when she met all of the boys backstage and went to give them a hug, Arms said that he was a big fan of Tyra too and had watched the Tyra Banks show. So of course Tyra was like, you get extra hugs. Hugs are a weird thing, right? Just two people pressing their bodies on each other. I still love hugs, but not during a global pandemic. We must express our love through eye contact. And not the getting me pregnant kind of eye contact, just regular eye contact. Anywho, I was very excited to hear about Tyra and her love of the boys. It makes me so happy that these people who have been in the industry for a very long time have come around and embraced BTS, but also embraced the idea that Asians have a place in the media. One of the most iconic moments that people have talked about is the acknowledgement of Jennifer Lopez and the Jiminster. My husbands and wives getting along, we love that. I'm kidding. But Jimin is known to be my husband. I'm kidding. He is known as the stan attractor. And I think Jimin, Jin, and Taeyang, they're usually the ones that draw new people into the group due to their looks and prettiness. So one of the new fans is Jennifer Lopez. It was a simple concept photo. I think this was the Butter concept photo. And Jimin was in the picture at the beach. And we saw Ms. J-Lo go ahead and like that picture. Now, we haven't publicly seen Jennifer Lopez and BTS together, and there hasn't been anything except, I think, a rumor of a possible collab. And we don't know anything. Now, a little background, the boys do follow her as well. If you go on the Tweetster, you will see that BTS is following J-Lo. And some people believe this interaction could be J-Lo expressing her love or showing her affection to Jimin or the boys. And of course, some dating rumors. But I think J-Lo is with someone else, and I don't think the two will be dating anytime soon. It's very interesting and fun to see J-Lo making the first move to interact with the boys more. I like that these American idols are not scared to like or show affection publicly to the people they like. While if BLACKPINK Jenny decided to go ahead and like a picture of Jimin's Butter concept photo, the whole internet would literally explode. There would be this huge thing, but obviously it's not seen as this huge big deal when American celebrities show affection to BTS. And I really love that. But it definitely does not mean dating, contrary to popular belief. I like everyone's photos and I'm not dating everyone. We are all married though, but that's not dating. That's this whole other thing. I hope to see a collab. I was reading about a collab with BTS and Megan Thee Stallion. Since we're talking about foreign artists, this will be Megan remixing Butter and maybe adding a verse. I do think this is an interesting collab. It's definitely very different from what Megan does, so I'm curious to see where she brings the Butter song. Because Butter is maybe subtly sexual. The video is a little bit more where Taeyang has the lollipop, but that's considered tame to something like WAP. So I'm curious to see how this would sound. It's apparently apparently going to be out on Friday, so I can't wait to hear it. I wonder if it'll be like a Nicki Minaj situation or if they'll re-record it. I don't know. But this got to be a big deal, so I have high expectations of this remix. I've been happy to see more art and music coming out with BTS and of course other groups too. Lisa from BLACKPINK has also talked about releasing her new solo thing that will be out in September, and I will of course be watching and streaming. I cannot wait for that. My theory is that right after Lisa's comeback, they may do BLACKPINK as a whole, like them all together, and honestly, it's a pretty good idea to do that, since the hype will still be there with Lisa and then it will go back into the group. But even more so, they're not just relying on Lisa here. BLACKPINK is doing their own promos and things that are supposed to promote the girls all together. Recently, they did a campaign with Adidas. Now, BLACKPINK has been an ambassador for the brand for a long time. They always wear Adidas, similar to how you see BTS always wearing the Fila brand. So usually with being an ambassador, they'll sign a long-term deal with you. And usually the artist is supposed to promote it. And they sometimes don't even announce the artist on their website or anything like that. So it's like a one-sided promotion. The artist doesn't get promoted, but the brand, of course, pays the artist, so that's fine. And I kind of felt like this was the case with Adidas. I didn't feel like they really pushed the idea that BLACKPINK is their face. Now I think they're trying to. But some people online have gotten mad, and I understand why. They released this campaign here. Everything here is fine. You see all the girls together. But then it was weird because I think on the Chinese website, there's no way for me to confirm this. I don't have access to the Chinese website. So if you do, please comment on that and your thoughts. But apparently Jisoo was cut out on the website on the front page. So you just saw Lisa, Jennie, and Rose. And this is definitely weird if it was true. Like, why did they not try to fit her in? But if it was just that, I think most blinks can overlook one mistake or simply assume it was a mistake. I mean, sometimes a website can't fit a picture that wide, so someone would be cut off. But then there were photos of the store, I think, hanging up pictures of the girls. They put pictures of all the girls together, but they didn't put any pictures of just Jisoo. Meanwhile, they had photos of just Rose, just Jennie, and just Lisa. So one error, that's fine. No one would probably even say anything, but multiple problems becomes this bigger issue. And then Adidas started trending on the Tweetster and people were mad. Of course, when Adidas sees they're trending, they're going to be so happy, but when they click on it and see the audience wants Adidas to apologize, they'll probably be sad. But then just fix it. Add Jisoo. And if you don't have any photos to use, you can simply just ask Jisoo to take a selfie or something and just put that up. It is of course frustrating because I always felt like Rose and Jisoo were kind of the forgotten members, but more so Jisoo. Jisoo is definitely the forgotten member in American interviews because she doesn't speak much English, and she definitely doesn't have to. But this is the reason why she is quiet, and I think people kind of forget that she's there. This idea that a person needs to be loud and in your face constantly so they can remember is very annoying. It's like the moment you shut up and sit there, you're forgotten. I was once at a party or like an after work get together, and I was talking a lot within the first 20 minutes to everyone. And then I kind of just found a person and was just talking with them, probably like 10 minutes after I spoke with everyone. It wasn't like an hour later. And someone then accidentally sits on me and of course gets up and then says, "I forgot you were here because you were so quiet." How? Anyway, I hope Jisoo doesn't feel like that. I think that can be a lot to put on yourself, to be like, I have to constantly be front of mind in order not to get forgotten or possibly cut out of things. Like, that would suck. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your content. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down. So to keep it over there on my Patreon, you can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you would like to see over there. Currently, we have over 400 videos that are already up on there. And we do have a great time interacting with each other over there as well. So if you're interested in any of that, link is in the top of the description down below. There's also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. That video is on the front page. With that said, there's two videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video. So click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.